want to now run Maya. Now the reason why we're doing this, I want us to actually compare and see what Maya actually loads up when it's actually about to start, the functions that Maya actually make available. So doing this is very essential. So to get more into this, I'm going to show you how to configure your 3D Studio Max and your Maya and many of your 3D applications for best performances. So if for example you have you're working, because there are quite a lot of stages in the 3D pipeline. There are times you're working majorly as a texture artist and you don't need all the entire functions in Maya or in Max or in Photoshop. You can actually trim down the amount of tools or functions that are actually being loaded into Maya or into Max. In that way, the amount of resources you require for these applications to run is actually being reduced. Now, for the software, for example, like you see what we're having here, initializing panels, status line, toolbox, menu bar, and Maya has gone to the second screen. So I'm working on dual screen, as most editors, 3D artists do. So I'm going to bring it back to this screen. Just hold on, it's still loading up. So hold on, let's hold on, it's still loading up, loading the Maya bonus tools. So let's ensure, okay, so it's on the second screen now. So I want us to see good. Now it's still loading up. See Bifrost, ATF, IK Solver. It's actually loading quite a lot of plugins that are designed into it. This is the Alembic plugin. Don't worry, we're going to discuss more about all of these plugins in future. So now it's loading up all the plugins. It's taking a lot of time to do that. Now you'd see comparatively, Maya tends to load a lot faster than 3D Studio Max does, because Maya is practically very optimized for production compared to Max. Max can also be optimized for production if you know how to do your workarounds and to get best performance from 3D Studio Max. Now, if you're able to trim down the amount of plugins being loaded into when you're running Max or when you're running Maya, you'll be able to reduce the amount of resources this 3D software is required to run and to start up and also to keep running. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to reduce your crashes to a minimum. A software like Maya normally requires a minimum of 4 gig memory to run. That's apart from what your Windows or your Mac application, Mac OS is going to take off from the very beginning. So on a minimum, you would require about 8 gig of memory to actually have 3D Studio Max or Maya running proficiently. The more, the better. I'm still going to discuss more about how these applications actually work more. So it's still loading up. It's sourcing for a particular plugin which is called Redshift, and it's taking a little bit of time to do that. While it's doing this, I can go to my Windows and look at the plugin manager. Now the plugin manager is similar to what we looked at inside of 3D Studio Max, and you can see we have quite a lot of them. Now you would see the reason why Maya loads extremely fast. It has a lot of these plugins there, but you can see none of them, only very few of them are actually loaded. I have gone ahead and switched off a lot that I do not need. So having issues of crashes, that has actually been minimized. There's still quite a lot I do not use, so I'm still going to switch off quite a lot of them. So in that way, you're able to optimize Maya or 3D Studio Max to load up very fast. Now, this does not only apply to 3D applications. Whenever you launch an application like After Effects, pay attention to the panel, the launch up panel it brings up. You would see it's actually loading up some functions, which if you go deeper into them, you find that not all of them are actually being used at every stage of your production. So in that way, you can actually trim down what is going to be used at the end of the day. So for example, if I'm going through Maya now, I know there are quite a lot of tools there. I do not need the game export module because I'm not designing a game presently. So you could click on the I option to see where that plugin is loaded, and it tells you command game export dependencies game fbx export. So this is actually for exporting to games for those who are designing games. So still get maybe in other trainings you get to game design properly. So for ml, well, that's for doing your 4 gpu cache. I may need it, I may not need it. The ikb2 solvers, these are for rigging. So you could actually configure different versions of Maya to handle different stages of the 3D application of the 3D pipeline. This is very, very, very important for your success handling 3D workflows or pipelines, so that you can be very, very productive. So you don't have functions you do not need loaded into your Maya or into your 3D Studio Max, so that you can get best performance. Sincerely, I've actually worked on Maya on a Core i3. Yes, very like minimum of a memory of about 2 gig, which is it's extremely low, but you can actually do the same thing. So that is all we'll be covering inside of Maya for now. So later we're going to get more into the crust of it. Next lecture I'm going to do some breakdown more of how a lot of all these functions, so you know which of them you will be needing from time to time. So that's it for now. So see you in the next lecture.